How is it going? I'm here with another Vancouver Canucks Legends GM mode. You guys said I needed a veteran backup, and I wholeheartedly agreed with that because it was my idea in the first place. So I went out and got one. His name is Ondrej Pavelec. You know, I'm really hoping that he can bring something to this team. He's only got 1 year left, so I felt like that was perfect. But they had him in the minors, and it doesn't show any stats here. I don't know why, but he was on the minor league team in Winnipeg. All I need him to do is be decent for a little bit, and then he'll have served his purpose. Because, I mean, looking at his NHL stats here, he's never a dominant goalie. He was always an okay goalie on a bad team. I shouldn't say. He was always a good goalie on a bad team. Just looking at the stats, he never really had that many wins because he was never on a good team. He was never on a team that could help him win games. So that was the result of that. And Ondrej Pavelec got a chance to win a Stanley Cup with us now. I am very excited about that opportunity. So let's go ahead and continue simulating here. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and show you guys the trade, just so you can see what pieces we moved. We moved Soderstrom, Rekis, who was an unsigned goalie, and a couple prospects that weren't prospects. They just had really crap potential. I got them off of this team, so we no longer have to deal with them on this team now. So that is obviously a plus. And we're gonna go ahead and go past the trade deadline here. So I really like where this team is at, and as long as we can just keep doing all right, keep winning a few more games, I think we'll be all right as a team. And Nedeljkovic is going on a winning streak now. Oh my goodness, he had had, what, six games before that he'd won in a row? Now here's 2 more and another one against Buffalo. Let's go to the scouting assignment. Let's go to the SHL. 3 weeks. There we go. Game against Dallas and a 5-3 victory there. Alright, so he just keeps winning games. And I don't care how many Nedeljkovic wins in a row. If it comes down to like the last couple of games of the season, I'm starting Pavelec. It doesn't matter, and he gets 1 loss to Washington there. It doesn't matter if he hasn't lost a game. I'm still going to start Pavelec like the last 2 games of the season. So it's not trying to take Nedeljkovic out. It's not putting favoritism towards Pavelec. It's just making sure that Nedeljkovic is going into the playoffs well rested. So there we go. He has 2 losses now, so let's go ahead and throw in Pavelec there. He's at 84 overall now, so let's see what he can do for the Vancouver Canucks. Game against the New York Islanders, and we have always been doing very well against Eastern Conference teams, and we get the shootout loss. So I'm going to be taking Pavelec out. Unfortunately, he could not help us get a win there. He did pretty well, but he did give up 4 goals and then lost in a shootout, so not a great outing by him. But you know, it was his first NHL action of the season. I'll give him a little bit of a break, but it doesn't matter. Still 2-to-1 loss ratio. We're going up against LA and we get the win. Let's go to player morale real quick. Alright, Tyler Wotherspoon. Oh, he still doesn't like his ice time. I can see the point you're making, yada yada, whatever. Alright, there we go. And I want to talk a little bit about Pittsburgh. Congratulations to the Pittsburgh Penguins. They finally won the Stanley Cup. Took them, what, 6 games? They won it last night, and Phil Kessel finally got to raise the Stanley Cup. And, you know, it didn't take him that long in his career compared to Marleau and Thornton. And I feel really bad for them because they had their first, I don't want to say legit chance to win the Stanley Cup, but they had their closest chance of their careers, and they couldn't do it. It really sucks that they will probably never win a Stanley Cup now, and I could not imagine what is going through their heads right now. Joe Thornton is, oh my goodness, I feel so bad for him. And at the same time, I'm happy for Pittsburgh Penguins. They won the Stanley Cup. Phil Kessel most especially. I don't like Sidney Crosby. I don't like Malkin. I don't like Letang. I don't like most of the Pittsburgh Penguins, although the only one I was really rooting for was Phil Kessel. So yeah, I don't know. I couldn't imagine what's going through all the Stanley Cup or all the San Jose Sharks players' heads, especially Thornton and Marlowe. And even Joel Ward, because he's starting to get up there. I don't know, I feel really bad for him, but it just sucks. And I don't know, I can't be too, like, it sucks for them or whatever. That's how it goes. Some people don't win Stanley Cups. Alright, game against LA and then San Jose. Pavlich will be starting both no matter what. A game against LA, and he loses 4-1. Okay. Game against... Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, God. Pavlich, you are so bad. So bad. Oh, my goodness. Let's hold the team meeting. Pavlich is not good. It's just... He did not win a single game for us. I know he only got 3 starts, so it's a small sample size, but... Oh, my God. The game... He gave up 8 goals in the final 2 games of the season, and then another 4 goals in the shootout loss. Because, well, it's a shootout. I don't know how many goals he actually let up in the shootout, but... I don't know. It just... Not a very good move. I feel like there's a better goalie we could have gotten, but Andrei Pavlich was the best veteran goalie out there, and I feel like Soderstrom maybe could have done a little better, but hindsight is 2020, so I don't know. And we'll be going up against the Edmonton Oilers in the first round, but let's go ahead and take a look at everybody's stats real quick after I have a team meeting. Let's view the big picture here, build up confidence. There we go. Alright, so our record is 56-24-2. So that's pretty good. I really like where we are at as a team, and I feel like we had a really good season. So let's go ahead and take a look at the player stats. And Mike Bossy with 99 points. 99 of them. He led the team. 46 goals, 53 assists. Wayne Gretzky had 97 with 42 goals and 50 assists. And then Marian Orsaw, his breakout year, 24 goals, not a career high, but 66 assists, adding up to 90 points. So he didn't have a career high in goals. He's tied the career high that he's had on our team. But, I mean, look at the goal scorers that he's playing. He's playing with Wayne Gretzky, who had 42, and Mike Bossy had 46. How in the hell is he supposed to even get 30 goals in a season when he's playing with them? This first line, arguably the best first line in the game. So I'm really looking for them to do very well come playoffs. And then Schoenborn, the rookie, I believe he's a rookie. Is he? No, he is not. But he did have a career high in points on the team. He was finally a plus player for his career. 47 points for him, so that's pretty good. And then Jesus, he had 47 as well. 28 goals to cap that off, though, so he's a little bit better goal scorer than the other two-way forward that we got. So, I mean, he did very well, and I'm really happy with how he did for this team. Evgeny Kuznetsov, I would have liked a little bit more from you, considering you're a veteran on this team. You have very solid stats all around, and you're on a really good contract for us, so I really like what you can bring to the team. This is the worst season that you have had since we started this GM mode. Our first year of this GM mode when you were still with Washington. You had 46 points. I was really hoping that you get to the 50 to 52 mark like you had been. But a little drop off this season. A few more goals, though, which is something that I like to see. But would have wished you would have had a few more assists there. Dmytro Timashov in his first full season in the NHL. Actually, no, second full season, excuse me. Wow, okay, so he had less points than last year, but a couple more goals. So, not a bad season from him. I hope he grows a little bit in the offseason. Although, I would love to see him become a second liner for us. Although, if he does, something's going to have to happen with these two. Even though they still are on good deals, Schoenberg might be off this team. Because we do need a second line left winger. They're both right wingers, and we just wouldn't have enough space if Timashov was also there. So, and then Scott Stevens with 20 and 22. He's a very good defenseman for us. He keeps putting up great numbers. He is very good defensively, which is a a huge part of our team. Ty Ratty had 41 points in the season. Hats off to him, he did very well. Damian Riet in his rookie season, 36 points, 9 goals, 27 assists. He was a plus 12, so that's what I like to see from him. He did very well. He exceeded my expectations, so I'd love to see more from him next year. And Ryan Suter, oh my goodness, 1 goal on the season, 25 assists. Couldn't ask for any more, especially from a guy who's 36 years old. I just hope that you can give us 1 more season, hopefully after this year. And then there's the rest of the team. You can take a look at them there. Tyler Myers did very well with us. I'm very happy with what he did for this team, so I hope he can be a part of this team for a long time. Oh crap! Let's go ahead and take a look at the goalies then. We'll go ahead and take a look there. If I can actually work this menu system right, I've never been a fan of it, but anyway, Nedeljkovic, 65 games played, 48 wins, under 2 goals against average, and a .930 save percentage. So and to top that off, 11 shutouts. So if he doesn't win the Vezina this year, I don't know what's up with that. Andre Pavlich, he played 4 games, 3.54 goals against average, and a very bad save percentage. He was not good in the 3 games that he played for us, so yeah. Liam Herbst, he got 1 start. He lost. He got scored on 4 times, and yeah, that was that. So, you know, we got a good future in goaltending, but that's on the back of Nedeljkovic. We just need to get a good backup with him. I think Herbst could be that. Let's go ahead and take a look at how good Soderstrom did for the season, because I really doubt that he got any time with Winnipeg, considering that they got Gillies and Comrie in there. Soderstrom, 17 games, like a 3 goals against average, under 9 save percentage, which is something that I wish we could have gotten with Pavlich, but we didn't. He had no shutouts either. So, I mean, it's a little unfortunate, but let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the goalies around the league. Shutouts. Okay, so Nabokov, the legend Nabokov, and Marc-Andre Fleury tied Nedeljkovic with 11 shutouts. So, congratulations to those guys. Those guys had fantastic seasons along with Nedeljkovic. Let's go ahead and take a look at save percentage then. The best save percentage in the league was James Reimer, but was he a starter? No, he was not. Nedeljkovic had the best save percentage for a starter, which is a huge asterisk that you have to put on there for James Reimer, because he only played in 13 games. He didn't even start 13 games. So, yeah, I mean, Nedeljkovic, best save percentage for a starter. Goals against average. Who had the best goals against average? And it was Nedeljkovic. He even had a better goals against average than guys that were backups like Reimer, and this guy who also had a very good save percentage but was a backup. And I might actually try and trade for this guy, because, I mean, look at those reflexes. He's a good goalie. He's 82 overall, and he produces solid as a backup, so I don't know. This may be a guy that we go after. Who knows? Nedeljkovic also played 65 games. Well, who led the league in starts? And that was Evgeny Nabokov with 75. My goodness. Mason McDonald, Corey Schneider, Dominic Hasek, DeRozier, Ray Makers, Varlamov, Mrazek, Crawford, and Callum Booth all started over 70 games. So there's a lot of goalies that play a lot of games. I honestly think that Nedeljkovic he honestly could have played 10 more games, just like Nabokov, but he would have had at least 8 more wins. And getting 56 wins in a season, that'd be a little ridiculous, honestly. But anyway, he did fantastic this past season. Let's go ahead and take a look at all the skaters and their points. Who led the league in points? And that was Bobby Hull with 115. My goodness. Lanny McDonald also on the same team with 113. Brett Hall with 113. Eric Lindros. My goodness. The highest non-legend was Jakub Voracek with 104. Who else is on Philly then? Eric Lindros. He's playing with Eric Lindros. And and I don't actually think there was, but anyway, I mean, we did fantastic throughout the season, and yeah, we're in the playoffs, so I'm really happy with where we're at. Let's go ahead and take a look at the team stats real quick. We were first in the Pacific Division, first in the West by 10 points, and then in the entire NHL, we were first by 5 points to the New Jersey Devils and the Philadelphia Flyers. So New Jersey is not hurting that we took Scott Stevens. I'm going to definitely have to take a look at that trade, which you guys actually requested me do. So let's go ahead and take a look at their stats. We can take a look at what guys remained on the team, who's a contributor for them, and why they're doing as well as they are, even after we took a top 2 defenseman away from them. Alright, so going by points, Jared McCann, my goodness, he really came into his own with the New Jersey Devils. I didn't think he had a future on the team. I didn't think he was going to become that good. I thought he would end up like 86 overall, kind of like Adam Henrique, but he got a chance and he ran with it. He is a fantastic player now, and I really wish that we hadn't traded him. But Scott Stevens, I think, is still a much more valuable player to our team than Jared McCann ever could have been. Anthony Mantha, you know, I thought he was going to be a little bit better as a player, but he only ended up getting to 86 overall. So, you know what? I feel like he could have been a good part to the team, scoring 50 points, being a decent second line guy. But I think we have a better second line now since we traded him. Victor Rask, oh no, he went over in a different trade. Who else did we trade? Roland McEwen, no, he went over in a different trade. Triumkin, okay, so he became 85 overall, defensive defenseman. He's basically what the Walderspoon brothers are for us, except maybe even a little better, because he's probably on the second line, I would imagine. Yeah, I think he's on the second line with McEwen or Larson, whichever one of those two is not on the first line. So he's definitely become a really good player. Did we trade anybody else to him? Any goalies? No, we did not. Okay, so yeah, I still feel like we came out ahead on that trade, even though Jared McCann has become very good. I still think we came out ahead only because Scott Stevens is 99 overall. Although New Jersey, they're still doing perfectly fine without him. So without a top 2 defenseman, they're doing very well. So hats off to them. They got Damon Severson as their top defenseman. And honestly, I actually don't think they'd be in a position that they are now if they still had Scott Stevens, because they would have had to pay him. They wouldn't have had Luke Robitaille or Brett Hall. One of those two they probably wouldn't have had. So yeah, it's actually because of us that they're so good, but it's because of them that we are very good as well. And I also had one more request, and that was to look at the AHL points. So let's go ahead and do that. And they actually made the playoffs, so congratulations to the Utica Comets. Although I don't think their season is over, so I don't know if it's official or not. But Matt Luongo with 68 points, Brandon Hagel with 61, Michael Bartschy, he had 58, Max Reinhart had 49, Dmitry Habibulin had 45, Spencer Smallman had 40, Matt Bradley had 33. There you go, and I'll just go ahead and show you the rest of the guys right here. There you go. And then let's go ahead and take a look at goalies then too, because we do have some prospect goalies, and Liam Herbst is the only one that's showing here. Oh my goodness, auto rotate goalie. When that's on, that counts for the AHL too? Okay. Okay, I did not know that. That's actually good to know. Liam Herbst had a pretty decent season, but we got a couple more prospect goalies I would have loved to get a little bit of time down there, but it's unfortunate that they didn't. And it looks like we still will make the playoffs because we're 5 points ahead of the Rochester Americans. So anyway, that'll be all for now then. We got the first round coming up against the Edmonton Oilers, but that'll have to wait until next time. So until then, I'll see ya.